Welcome back to the channel. It's time for me to try to make a run at the Arizona State Open. After a first round of 67, I'm in a good position to make the cut and hopefully get myself into contention for the final round. Thanks for watching and let's get straight into it.
Good morning and welcome to round 2 of the 82nd Arizona Open Championship at Papago Golf Club. This is our 9 o'clock tee time, and leading us off from Phoenix, Arizona is Fredrik Lindblom.
Okay, let's get the second round started. I wasn't too nervous here hitting the first tee shot, probably because it was just a mini driver and that's my absolute favorite club in the bag right now. But the second shot though was probably one of the worst wedge shots I've hit in a long time. Completely pulled a 50-degree wedge and was faced with a little shot that ran away from me from the rough, but I decided to putt it. And the ball actually rolled out more than expected, so I had a really nervy 5-footer on the first hole here, but luckily put a great stroke on it right in the middle of the hole. And then I parred 11 and birdied 12 again, and now we're on hole number 13, where I hit probably a little bit too much club because it ran through the fairway, but hit a fantastic approach shot here from the dirt. So I had a 10-footer here for birdie and hit a really solid putt here. It just didn't break as much as I thought. Tapped it in for par and then made a par on the next hole. So now we're on hole 15 here, a par 5. Decided to go up the left-hand side here, but unfortunately found the only thick rough on the whole golf course, I think. So I had to really hack out a 9-wood just short of the green, but the pin was shorter, so this was a really tricky short-sided pitch shot, but I probably hit the best shot of the day here. Just had a 2-footer left for birdie here and was able to tap that one in. So now we're 3 under par for the day, and I was able to par both 16 and 17, and now we're on hole number 18, probably one of the toughest holes on the course. Hit a great mini driver here, actually hit it through the fairway and then pushed my second shot here, and I was a little bit nervous here because if this ball kicks right, I'm kind of dead, but luckily it got a massive bounce to the left right in the middle of the green. The green on hole 18 is a newer green, and they were a little bit faster in the practice round, so I thought this lag putt was going to be faster than what it was. So unfortunately I hit it about 4 feet short, and this was a really tricky putt because it broke about 6 inches, but hit an absolute perfect putt here to shoot 3 under on the front. I made a great birdie on hole number 1 to get to -7 for the tournament, but now we're on hole number 4, which is a par 3 that played 250 yards today. I hit a fantastic 7-wood just over the green here and was kind of stuck in a little bit of a tricky place here. I probably should have chipped this ball, but decided to putt it, but I just couldn't get it all the way up the hill and had a tricky kind of 12-footer here that unfortunately I missed. So first bogey of the day to fall back to -6.
Caddy update, Freddie is playing so good. I think we are 3 or 4 under today so far, and we still have 5 holes left to play. He is hitting the ball really nicely. He's had a great attitude. We've had like a couple of unlucky bounces, and he's done a great job of just, accepting them and moving on. He's hit some awesome approach shots from the dirt in the desert. So really proud of him, and I hope we can keep it rolling. Maybe bring one or two more birdies as we go in.
After making 2 pars on hole number 5 and 6, we're now on hole number 7, where I literally hit a duck hook to the left into the trees, but luckily none of the trees were in my way and I hit a fantastic wedge shot here. I thought this was all over it, but it ended up being just short of the green. Had a decent putt here straight up the hill, but just barely missed it left, but definitely take a par on this hole. All right, final hole of the day, a really long par 5, but I made it a lot shorter by absolutely bombing a drive here. Hit a tight low draw that kind of hit the downslope and released forward. So I only had about 250 yards left on the second shot, and I hit another good 7-wood here. I thought it was all over it, but it drew just a little bit at the end and ended up being just to the left of the green. And this chip was trickier than it looked. I could have hit a high one that landed on the green, but decided to bank it into the hill instead, and that was definitely the play. Hit it to 2 feet, tapped in for birdie to shoot 4 under in the second round. And that's it for day 2. I felt great about this round. Morning guys, just woke up before the final round of the Arizona Open. And I have a chance to win a golf tournament today. I'm 3 back from the leader, and I haven't been in contention on such an like elevated event or bigger professional event as a state open in a very long time. So I'm definitely feeling the nerves. I was able to sleep pretty well though, so I'm rested. Now I just need to get the body going. We're gonna make some breakfast here, then head to the gym and get this day started. This is my massage chair, or my components of a massage chair. Hannah gave me this one right here. It's like a foot massager that also massages your calves. And I got this back and neck massager, and I sit there every morning, literally every morning. I've used it for like 3 years now. It hasn't broken down yet. This is literally the best investment and gift I've ever received. And I do this every day just to get the body soft and ready to go. And I couldn't recommend it enough. We need to link this in the description below, because if you're a golfer, this is literally the best thing ever. Right, heading to the gym to get a little warm up. I'm gonna give away my secrets here. If you have a really tight neck and back, lacrosse ball, put it on the wall, and then lean into it. If you want to get rid of some pain in the neck, this really, really works. And if you want to get between the shoulder blades, just put it right here. And once again, you lean into it. I always travel with a lacrosse ball. And I always start my kind of warm-ups by doing some soft tissue. Get the body loose before I stretch and activate it. And something that I really need to focus on is my T-spine mobility. If my T-spine is not mobile, I tend to get really tight, I can't turn. So I'll do a lot of exercises, making sure that that T-spine is moving properly. And I have a new favorite T-spine mobility exercise that I saw on TPI's YouTube channel. I will link it in the description. Pretty much put your legs at 90 degrees, 90, and then you go over the front knee and you turn as much as you can. And then you stay here and breathe. And you try to get deeper and deeper, pushing out the arm. So you really get a big turn here. For sure, give that one a go. After that, I do some dynamic movement. These are my favorite. Over defense, under defense. Over defense, under defense. It really gets the hips going. It's another favorite. You go here, open the hips, close the hip. I showed you just a few of the exercises there that I'm doing pretty much before every tournament round. And body is warm. I'm a little bit nervous, a little bit tense, so I'm ready to go. So let's head to the golf course.
These are like... That's what I thought. It is 2 T-star.
Okay, final round today, guys. We are 3 shots back of the lead, and we are teeing off in the chase group today, which means we are playing in the group behind the final group, which honestly is a position that I prefer rather than being in the final group. It's nice to have something to chase after instead of having the pressure and the spectators of the final group. And we are paired with Mark Baldwin, a former Golf Tech ambassador, Dunning ambassador, and one of our really good friends. So we're excited to be teeing off with him today. The vibes are good. Freddie's hitting the ball really nicely. We had a good range session last night and a good warm-up this morning, so everything's feeling pretty good. Now I just have to make sure I give the good reads and keep them positive. So let's do this.
Right, let's get the final round of the Arizona Open started. Hannah was too locked in to get the first tee shot, I guess, but I hit a good one straight down the middle. She did get the approach shot here and hit a nice shot here as well, just to the right of the pin, which kind of is where you want it because it leaves you a straight uphill putt here. And I really thought I made that putt to get off to a fantastic start. Still, par, good start. We're moving on to hole number 2. Hit another good tee shot here, straight down the middle, and was left with kind of a little bit of an awkward number here on the approach shot. Decided to hit kind of a half shot with my 56 instead of a full 60. Hannah didn't get the first putt, but she got the tap in, so another par. Unfortunately, I made a double bogey on the 3rd hole after a really poor tee shot, and then made a couple of pars, and now we're on hole number 6. And I hit a great approach shot here, and this is the part of the round where I have to get something going because everyone else were making birdies, and luckily I was able to roll this one in to get one back. So we're at 6 under now, playing the difficult hole number 7, and I hit another hook on this hole, but luckily I was able to have an approach shot. I was almost right behind this tree and I hit a fantastic shot here, and I was thinking, you know, let's make another one here, get this round back to level par, but just barely missed it. And now we're on hole number 8, probably the toughest hole on the course today, 250-yard par 3, and I hit a poor 7-wood here. It actually ended up short of the bunker right and in a really difficult position where I wasn't going to get any spin, but I needed the ball to stop. But luckily I was able to kind of roll it through the rough there and up pretty close to the pin. And this was a massive putt for par. If I wanted a chance to win this tournament, this putt had to go in, and I made it straight in the middle of the hole. So big momentum putt, and we're moving on to the par 5 hole number 9. Hit a good drive here. Hannah didn't get my approach shots on video. I had to lay up and pitched it up to this right here, and this was another massive putt that I was able to make to get the round back to level par and be in a position to actually do something on the back 9. And I made par on hole 10 and 11, and now we're on hole 12, a reachable par 4, and I hit the driver right here just short of the green, lagged it up there really nice to about 3 feet, and was able to make this putt to be 1 under for the round and start climbing the leaderboard. Made par on hole 13 and 14, and now we're on hole number 15 and the second shot into this par 5, and I hit a great high towering 9-wood into the hole here. We didn't know how good the shot was because we couldn't really see it, but when we got up there we had 12 feet for eagle. This was a massive putt. I got a good read from Mark, who hit a putt just behind me, and I was able to bury it straight in the middle, and that was a big swing because at this point I was only 2 back of the leaders. And on hole number 16 I hit a decent tee shot, a little bit right, hit a great approach shot and just barely missed the putt, but still a good effort. And now we're on hole number 17, which is one of the toughest holes on the course. I hit a 7-wood here. The hole played around 248 yards, and this shot was all over it, but it released a little bit and ended up a little bit long on the green. And this was a tough lag putt. It went up the hill and then released down towards the pin, and I hit a really good putt here, but I was still left with about 4 feet for par, and I had to make this putt, and I was able to make yet another great putt here. So we're moving on to hole number 18. I knew that if I was gonna have any chance, I had to birdie the last hole. I didn't really know where I was standing, but I knew that for sure I needed to birdie it, and I hit a good mini driver here, but it just released over the fairway a little bit to the left, and I was in the dirt here and actually kind of slipped on that approach shot and pushed the ball straight to the right. That miss really sucked, I'm not gonna lie. That was a tough pill to kind of swallow, to hit that shot on the last hole. Was able to hit a really solid pitch shot up there, and now was faced with about 4 or 5 feet for par here, and I gonna give myself credit. I hit the ball on my intended line, but I really thought this putt was gonna break more, but unfortunately it didn't, and I had to finish off with a bogey. So that means that I shot 2 under for the day and a 9 under total for the tournament.
Okay, we just finished, definitely not the ending we wanted, and we had a little short putt on the last that we missed to stay at 10 under. So Freddie finished at 9 for the tournament with 2 under today, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was I just didn't have it at all today. Like, I was hitting it sideways. I just didn't have it. I had really unlucky break there on number 3, resulting in a double. Other than that, it was all right. Hit obviously an unbelievable 9-wood on 15 and made a puffer eagle, which was the highlight of the day. And then I was all of a sudden kind of in it. Had a good chance for birdie on 16, just missed. Great par on 17, and then just hit the mini driver a little bit left on 18 down in the desert, and just lost balance there and missed what is it, a 7-footer on the last day. That kind of sucked, but it was still a good tournament. It was been a long time since I was kind of in the hunt to win a bigger event, so that was a lot of fun. We still have a lot of work to do with the full swing, I feel like. I still have that left miss that Dana and I are trying to work out, but it's definitely still there. So if I can just fix that, I can play some really, really great golf. I mean, this week was still great golf. I mean, I'm a little butthurt right now after just finishing off poorly, but we move on. We're gonna have a solid top 10 here in the State Open, which it is what it is. We take that. I feel better here in a little bit, I guess.
In the end, I finished in 6th place, which is still a great week, obviously. We're trying to really grow this YouTube channel, so please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next one.